Hey everybody, it's Michelle, and today I've got for you a full body mat Pilates workout using a flex band. So we're going to use it to give us some nice support for ab work, get our arms going, even a little bit of outer thighs, a little bit of everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So come on to your mat. We're going to start seated with your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet so that the band has something to grip onto. You're going to hook it around the arches of the feet and then hold the tails in either hand. Okay, I like to have the ends coming out of the thumb side of the hand. You're going to sit up tall, take a breath in. As you exhale, take a gentle kind of fold with the arms and just pull your spine down over your legs. And then as you inhale, sit back up tall. Yeah, so you don't have to overthink the arms too much. They're just there to give a little bit of assistance to help you to fold forward. Yeah, let's do that a few more times. So really connecting to the abdominals here, feeling them pull away from the thighs, and then inhale tall. Yeah, let's do that two more times. So we shouldn't feel like we're flattening over the legs, but rather that we're pulling away and hollowing into that forward fold. Very nice. All right, now you're going to make more of a circle with your arms. So your fists are looking at each other, your elbows are out to the sides, and now we're going to do some single arm reaches. So take one arm and reach it open to the side, and then bring it back in. So almost like half of a T, you're going to reach the arm and then close. And take it as far behind you as you can without rotating your spine. Yes, so stay nice and tall, open and close. So good. Let's do a couple more here. So really getting the back of the shoulders turned on. Good. Now, same thing, but with both arms at the same time. So you're going to punch both fists back and then connect back together. Yeah, swing and return. Sitting up tall off the sitting bones. You can feel those abs lifting up and in. So good. Just right out at shoulder height. If the hands can get a little behind your body, that is great. Two more. Last one. Now pause with the arms wide. We're going to add a half roll back to this. So as my fists meet, I end up tucked and rolled. And then as they open, I sit back up tall. Yeah? So mobilizing the spine and the pelvis, rolling away from the thighs and up. So good. Bring those fists close to your chest and then big wide out. Good. Few more times. Now take a look at your feet. Really dig the heels into the mat. Keep those feet nice and vertical. Good. Now let's get back here and stay, and let's do a few of those single arm reaches here in this rounded spine. So it feels a little bit different, holding us here with the abdominals. Last two. Last one. Good. Bring the hands in and then open to sit back up. Ah, very nice, you guys. All right, now roll back and let's do the double arms in that C curve. So start open, roll back and stay. Now reach both arms and close. Open and close. Maybe try to deepen your roll back a little bit more. Three. Last two. So good. Last one. And then you'll finish by opening the arms and then relax them down. Whew. So good. All right. Next, again, starting in that same open T position, we're going to roll back, connect the fists together. Now we're going to add some rotation. So I'm just going to twist to one side and then come back center and then over to the other side. Yes, so lots of work for the obliques and then that top pec and shoulder that's pushing the other fist down. Yeah, the elbow might almost touch the floor. Very good. Let's do two more. Exhale to deepen that abdominal connection. Face front and then open. Good. Now let's repeat that, except you have the option to add the opposite arm punching across and then reconnect. Other side, twist and in. So my back arm is pulling and my other arm is punching. So both equally active. A few more times. Now make sure the lower body isn't moving around. It's nice and grounded. Pause in the middle and come up. So good. Keep it going. Roll back and stay. This time punch both arms and in. both, and in. Try to leave those knees, hips and ankles lined up. Good. So just punching the arms on the diagonal, kind of shoulder width apart. 3. Last 2. Last one. So good. Sit up tall. This is our last one. Now roll back and stay. Punch the arms, but open them wide and then return. So I'm twisting and making a T, pushing with the back of the hand. So now working more the back of the shoulders. Last 2, as wide apart as you can get those hands. Whew, and then come all the way up. Whew, that was a nice long set, you guys. Okay, let's make sure you have some room behind you on your mat. Reach your legs out straight, still with the band hooked under your feet, hip width apart. Now, bend your elbows, sit tall, and you're just gonna tuck under and fully roll down onto your mat till your shoulders and your head lay down. Good. Now take a breath in. You're going to bend the elbows, exhale, flex the spine, and come right back up to sitting. So good. Knees can soften if that makes that seated position more comfortable for you. Okay, so really use the arms if you need to, if you're having trouble. This is one of my favorite ways to get us moving in this roll-up action. Yeah, we get as much assistance as we need from the arms, but our body is doing all the same mechanics as if we didn't have the arms helping us. Yeah, let's do that one more time. Imprint the spine as you sit up tall. So good. Okay, continue with that if that was challenging enough, or we're going to try this with the feet up in tabletop. So kind of this is our next level up. Feet lift, knees are bent, ankles together. Okay, now roll away. Pretend like your heels are resting on a coffee table. They're going to move as little as possible. My elbows lengthen slightly. Now bend and flex, curl, and the legs will have to shift forward a bit. But again, nothing crazy. Don't want to go swinging them around. Yeah, let's do that again. Tuck under. So this is a really good prep for working up to the teaser. Yes. Again, we have just a little bit of support, but it's mimicking all these same mechanics in the spine. Whew. So good, you guys. Let's do that 2 more times. You always have the option to put the feet back down and do the prior version. Okay. Whew. Let's do that one more time. Curl. Whew. You end up just behind the sitting bones, slightly rounded through the low back, and then lay yourself down. Whew. All right. Bring your knees in towards your chest, you guys, and stay down on the floor. We're going to do some arm and ab work here. So leave the legs in tabletop. You're going to crisscross the tails of your band so that they're making an X across your shins, okay? So I'm holding on to the opposite sides. The further away from the tails you hold, the heavier the resistance is going to be, okay? So you pick what's right for you. Now, bend your elbows and rest them down on the floor, tight in by your ribs. Now, just take some single arm punches straight up above the shoulder joint, okay? So, being in a neutral spine, if you can. Now, the trick here is as the arms move, the tension increases on the band, and if we're not really keyed into this, our legs are going to start swinging around with those resistance changes. Yes? So getting used to really leaving the legs solid no matter what. So squeezing the inner thighs. All right, next addition is a flexion of the spine with the punch and lay back down. So it's like we're trying to make a hole in the ceiling, going straight up and straight down. You can use your other elbow on the floor and kind of post up on it if you need to. If you don't, it can even just hover off of the ground, whatever is more comfortable. Okay, let's do a couple more. Now hold up for these last few, and let's go faster with the arms. Keep your head lifted. Now it gets even harder to not wobble the legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lay your body down. So good. All right, repeat that, but with both arms punching. Here we go. Neutral spine, punch both arms together and touch. Now you're welcome to try to punch the arms a little further behind your head. The further the hands go, the harder it is to not move the legs, okay? But straight up and down for me is perfect. It's just enough resistance. Whew, but I can really feel connected to the legs. All right, now we flex the spine, exhale and curl, and then lower down. Good. Now when I flex the spine, the arms stay punching on the same line as before. Yes, so that's hard. Body comes forward, but arms are still driving up tall. Last two. So good. Now hold up and stay. Continue with the arms. Keep your spine flexed. Speed it up as much as you'd like. 3, 2, 1, and then lay all the way back down. Oh, so good, you guys. All right, next is arm circles. So leave the bands crossed. They might kind of pull against your shins a little bit, but it's not a big deal, okay? So arms up to the ceiling. You're gonna pull both arms back as far as you comfortably can, circle them out to the side, and then come back up to the ceiling. Good, do that again. Reach behind, circle around, and then down. Good. So you want your hands as close as they can be to the floor comfortably without touching, okay? And you'll leave both your arms straight. I'm a little squished, so my elbow is bending a little bit. So good. All right, you guys, now let's do a few more. But if you can, keep your spine flexed the entire time. Keep an eye on those legs. Don't let them move. Last two. Maybe curl a little higher. Last one. Woo, and then lay all the way down. Oh, so good. All right, let's reverse the direction of the arms. So now start with them reaching up just like before, but we're going to drop them first, then circle around and up. Yes? So you find the range that feels good to you. This one's tricky because as the arms go forward, the band gets slack, and then the legs really have a big adjustment to go through. Okay? Last few, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and continue. Good. Heels like they're resting on a shelf. Don't let them change. Last two, legs tight together. Feel those shoulder blades come up and forward. Whew, and then lay yourself down on the mat. Oh, so good, you guys. All right. Take one foot out of the band. You can leave one in. And we're going to flip over onto our sides, okay? You want to end up with whatever foot has the band, that leg is going to be on top, all right? So you're going to hold both of the tails in the same hand as leg, and then this bottom arm is long on the mat, okay? So bottom leg straight is more challenging. Bend it if you need to. Now, the hand that's holding the tails is going to smush to the floor so that you're pinning the band to the mat, okay? Now, just lay your head down long on your arm, float the leg up to hip height, and we're going to do some small leg circles here, okay? You can also kick your bottom foot forward slightly. That will help you balance a little bit easier if you need to, okay? So tiny circles. Let's reverse and go the other way. Feel the bottom side of your waistline just having a gentle lift away from the floor. Good. Now pause the leg at hip height and we're going to drop it and lift it. Drop and lift. So good. The waist stays nice and strong and we're moving from that top outer thigh. Good. Now pause at the top. You're going to float the bottom leg up to meet the top one and then lower both down. Good. Do that again. Up, up, and then down. So we get outer thigh on the top leg, inner thigh on the bottom leg, and then the addition of the band just adds to that. Yeah, you have to really drive that heel away from you to make space with this band pulling. Okay, next we're going to lift and lower both legs together and down. Lift and down. Try to have no space between the legs. Amazing. All right, next thing we're going to add to this is a side bend. So using this bottom hand to help you, you're going to slide the hand along the floor, bring the rib cage off of the ground, and then slide back down. So good. If that's too challenging, keep the free leg, the bottom leg down, and just do the top leg. Okay, lifting both is very hard. Up and then down. But this hand that's holding the band can be a big help. Driving into the floor. So good. Let's do that one more time. All right, now for a more challenging version, place your hand underneath this bottom ear, point your elbow forward, and lift the elbow off the ground. Now, same movement, but as I come up, we don't have the bottom arm to help us. So we're lifting this rib cage without the help of the arm, which is so not easy. It takes a lot of the work into that top oblique and QL and waistline. Let's do that 2 more times. Keep that elbow off the floor so you're not tempted to use it. Last one. And then come on down. So good, you guys. All right, let's flip over and go to the other side. So put your new foot in and then lay down. Okay, here we go. Pick how your bottom leg is going to be, whatever worked for you on the other side. Okay, push into that band. Feel a little lift under the bottom side of the waist, and then we start to circle. Yes, so your bottom outer thigh is working just as much as your top one. It's driving into the floor as a main base of support. So it should feel nice and active. Reverse your circle. Good. Our core muscles are working like crazy to not let our torso be bobbling around here. All right, now pause at hip height, make that leg a ½ inch longer, and then we're gonna lower and lift. Lower and lift. And these aren't gonna be very big lifts. You want the leg to stay parallel, not huge at all, especially knowing what's coming next. Yeah, the bottom leg is gonna have to meet wherever that top leg goes. So speaking of which, hold it there. Bottom leg comes up and then both ankles come down together. 1, 2, and then lower down. Good. Now make sure it's your ankle bones that meet, not just your big toes. So good. 2 more times, and then we'll go into double leg lift, and then our side bends. Okay, here we go. Ankles stay together as one. Lift and lower both legs. Good. If you had a tiny little soap bubble under the bottom side of the waist, don't pop it when you lift. Yes? Sometimes we're moving more from our waist than we are from our legs, so keep that still. Now let's add our side bend. Pull like you're trying to pull the mat towards you with your hand, and then lay back down. Good. And push into the ground with that hand that's holding the band. Good. Feel like you're equally folding top and bottom. So upper and lower body feel like they're equally lifting. So good. Last one. Okay, now you can either stick with this version or let's go to the more challenging one. Point your elbow forward, get it off of the floor. Now all we have is that hand that remains and our bottom hip. That's mostly all that's staying on the ground. A little bit of our waist is. Get your entire shoulder blade off of the floor. So good. You can modify and keep the bottom leg down if you need to. Do that 2 more times. Fold and lift. So good. Last one. And then come all the way down. Amazing, you guys. Good. All right. Next, you can leave that same foot in the band, and we're going to come up onto our knees, okay? So now split the tails of your band so that you have one in each hand and it's not crisscrossed. And then I'm just going to plant my hands onto the floor and come onto all fours, okay? So from here, I'm going to make a fist with the opposite hand of whatever foot has the band. So for me, my right foot is in the band, so I'm going to make a fist with my left hand. Now, I draw my ribs up, and we're just going to do some overhead reaches with this single arm. Okay, so just lower down until your knuckles hit the floor, and then lift from there. So good. You can choke up more on the band if you feel like you need more resistance. Okay, now really draw the ribs and the abs up. This is not easy, balancing on these 3 points. Good. Now take that hand back to flat, pin the band down, and now we're going to do the leg press with that foot that has the band around it. So hover the knee, and now you're going to press that heel up and back at hip height. Yes, so the back shouldn't have to change. Keep the abs nice and short. Woo, squeeze through the glutes and the hamstrings at the back of that leg. That's it. Think of keeping a little extra weight onto the same hand as the working leg. That'll keep you more centered. Whew. All right, now come in and pause. Remake your fist with that opposite hand, and now we're going to do both together. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Here we go. Reach them away. Woo, and then return. This gets harder because the tension is increasing on the band. Whew. That's it. So good. Lift through the belly. 2 more times. Last one. Ooh, and then come on down. Ah, amazing. All right, let's do that with the other side. So step your new foot onto the band and then come onto your all fours. All right, here we go. So starting with the opposite arm as the foot that is hooked in, start to raise and lower, leading with the thumb side of the hand. Good. Be really heavy into the palm and the fingertips on the floor. Yes, with that band pulling underneath it, you want to be really secure in the pressure on the hand. Last one. So good. Repress that palm down, hover the new foot, kick, and replace. That's it. So that supporting hip stays over knee. Make sure it's not jutting out to the opposite side. That's it. Hips and shoulders square. Yes, have a slight curve in that lower back. If I put a little ball there, it wouldn't go rolling away. Last 2. Whew. Okay, let's just go for it. Make a fist with that hand again. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Press and then lower. So good. Feel nice and wide. Across the upper back, drive the hand into the floor. 3. Last 2. Last one. Oh, so good, you guys. Oh, awesome. All right, we're going to finish with a little standing series, okay? So come on up, stand tall. You're going to put the band underneath one foot again. Okay, and then you're going to hold both the tails in the opposite hand. Stack up tall, feet together. Okay, whichever foot is free, that one is going to step to the side, end up in a big side lunge as this elbow pulls, and then you're going to step back together. Do that again. Step out, step together. So start seeing how big of a step you can get. Leave that opposite foot heavy down, especially the pinky toe side. Very good. Let's do that 3 more times. Long back, hinging at the hips. Last one. So good. Now take that same leg that's been stepping and you're going to cross it over into a curtsy lunge, and we're going to bicep curl as we drop into the bend of the knees here. So keep your shoulders and your hips as square to the front as you can. So we're nice and rotated for 3, for 2. Okay, now we're going to alternate one of each. We do one of these squat and bicep curls, one of the lunge and pulls. Yes, taking as big of steps in those 2 directions as you can. Pull and reach. Good. Take a big step back off of your mat so the feet are far apart. So good. Last time. Now bend both knees and stay. Hold the elbow bent, and we're just going to pulse up and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stand all the way up tall. Oh, so good, you guys. All right, let's switch sides. So new foot in, grab with the opposite hand. Here we go. Starting with the side lunge, opposite arm pulls, and stack. Yeah, really find your balance. Stack your bones every time the feet come back together. That's it. If you feel like you're starting to have your breath get away from you, try to close your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. So good. Last one. All right, now cross that free leg over and behind. Curl the thumb to the shoulder and stand. curl. This other hand can be wherever you'd like. And up. Good. The ribs stay stacked over the hips. Last two. Okay, now we're going to alternate. Ready, go. Side lunge and pull, cross and curl. Out and back. You can go for bigger range or more speed or a little bit of both. Yes. Try to pump it up a little bit more for the last 2 rounds. Okay, final thing is we stay with those 2 bent knees and we pulse. Just kind of lock that fist by your shoulder, pulsing up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stand up tall. Oh my goodness, so good. All right, grab your band. We're gonna do a little cool down stretch. Double it up if you'd like. That's what I'm gonna do. Stand facing wherever you'd like. I'm gonna stand facing side. Arms are down. Take a breath in, nod your chin, pull out slightly on that band, and just take a forward fold over your legs. Good. Relax the head and the arms at the bottom. Tuck under. Feel the abs drawing up. Keep the tension on the band as you stack up tall. Good. Do that 2 more times. So by pulling out on that band, we stabilize through the shoulders. Whew, you might even feel a nice stretch through the upper back as we roll down. So good. This time, once you make it to the bottom, just drop the band, totally relax your arms, look through the legs, and relax your neck. Nod your head yes, no tension, and then shake your head no. Good. Sink a little bit deeper, soften behind the knees, and slowly, slowly roll back up to standing. Whew. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that full body mat Pilates band workout, and I'll see you next time. Bye.